нюансы, выезжает вперед Картер, и двое пробития,
Hello and welcome to the WGL APAC Season 1. We're into week number 6. My name is Jordan Mays. Joining me by my side here is Alex Blakey, as always. And well, we've got a pretty short day lined up for you guys. It's a half. It's a shorter one.
Yes,
but certainly still going to be as action-packed as always.
Well, you know, you say as action-packed as always, Jordan. I actually think it's going to be more action-packed than always. Because, of course, today, not only do we have our favourites EL Gaming playing, but we've also got the Battle Royale between Caren Tiger and B Gaming, our two Japanese-based teams in the league today. So that should be a cracker of a match first up.
Yeah, certainly is going to be a pretty interesting one because they're so close together in terms of how they're sitting on the standings and definitely know each other quite well, both being from the same region. So definitely looking forward to that matchup, of course. And, well, I don't know about your naming techniques, but we'll go with it. We'll call it the Battle Royale.
I think we should. Why not? Battle Royale? I was leaning towards El Clasico.
El Clasico.
But I thought Battle Royale might suit
I have
better.
on my sheet, Alex sucks at names.
Well, that's because you're rude. But anyways, regardless of the name, it's going to be a good game. I think we could both agree on that because B Gaming and Caren Tiger, they've been so closely kind of together in the standings this season as well. So it should be good to finally see them battle it out.
Yes, well, I mean, it was a fantastic week last week as well, so really looking forward to this week. But before we get too far into things, let's go ahead and check out what happened last week.
Week 5 was the first week in the APAC region where there was no 5-0 victories. Let's have a look at some highlights from that region. In the APAC region, we also got to see an unusual tank pick as Meltdown decided to take 5 M48 Pattons in Prokhorovka. The tactic didn't seem to work for them in defence, but on attack however, they were able to get the win and then go on to defeat Twist when the game went into tiebreaker. B Gaming looked to be the first team to rock EL Gaming as they took them to a tiebreaker match. Until now, EL Gaming had won all of their previous matches with ease, either 5-0 or 5-1. And for a moment they came close to their first loss. Now let's have a look at the standings for the APAC region, where things are a bit more settled than the other regions. EL Gaming sit top on 29 points and are then followed by Meltdown on 24. B Gaming in third are then followed by Team Efficiency in fourth. The Coalition and Caren Tigers are then joint on 18 points, with the Coalition taking 5th place due to win ratios. Horsemen and Dark Wolves then become 7th and 8th. Sadly, we already knew from last week that the bottom 4 teams in the APAC region would not be making it through to Phase 2 as they don't have the required points to survive.
Yeah, last week certainly had some strange picks coming out there from not just the guys on Meltdown. There was a lot of other interesting tanks coming out there. We saw a lot of FV215Bs, a lot of FV4005s, and all that kind of crazy stuff. So hopefully this week we might get to see a bit of a repeat of that.
Yeah, with any luck, I think, like you said, we saw those FVs, the 4005s, and the 215B183s last week, and really we saw the mouse as well against EL Gaming, and these crazy tank picks, I'm excited because they seem to be working for lots of the teams that are actually employing them. You know, Meltdown won that half on Prokhorovka. We saw B Gaming do well against EL Gaming with some of their non-standard tank picks, so hopefully we'll see more of them.
Hopefully we do, but obviously we've already had a couple of days so far coming out throughout our week. So let's go ahead and have a look and see how things boiled down throughout Thursday and Friday. Coalition Zoo looks like they went down to efficiency, which is probably somewhat of an expected result, I think, is fair to say.
And
Run and Twist, wow.
Twist got their first win of the season.
Congratulations, Twist.
First
and it was a 5-0 as well.
And it was a 5-0, exactly. And I hear on the grapevine that the Gold Bass versus Meltdown match was rather funny. Shall we put it? I think Gold Bass there tried out some should we say interesting strategies?
Some
You know,
new
like
things.
the full lineup of FOC 155s on HIMMELSDORF, for
Yeah.
example, and some other stuff that, well,
Maybe didn't work
didn't
out.
really work. But at the end of the day, they're not too concerned about it.
No, they were already out, so they know that they got 5-0 there, but definitely a good win for Meltdown. They'll be happy with that. But certainly heading into today's matches, I think they're going to be a little bit closer than that.
Yeah, it should be. I think this matchup that we got first up, of course, B Gaming and Caren Tiger. I mean, you know, I think that we could see a massive, long, epic tiebreaker, and I really hope we do between these two teams, because I think you know, they're the two teams which our fans all around Japan in particular have kind of been looking forward to seeing play this season. And so that kind of excitement for this match is pretty contagious, actually.
Yeah, well, we mentioned earlier that they're sitting pretty close on the standings. So I think they're sitting at, what, number 3 and number 6 or number 7? So let's have a look and see. Actually, B Gaming number 4 and Caren Tiger number 7.
4 and
so
7, yep.
pretty close still. Efficiency just jumping up there over B Gaming because of their win on Thursday. But across the board, things looking pretty normal. I mean, EL Gaming is still at the top. Meltdown are getting pretty close to them, though, sitting on 27. And, I mean, the interesting thing there for me, really, is that Caren Tiger actually have more wins than B Gaming overall. They've got 7 wins, but 3 of them are in tiebreaker.
Exactly. And that's the difficulty there. Of course, for those that don't know, you know, why that might be the case, because Caren Tiger have more wins, they're lower than B Gaming. Of course, if you win a tiebreaker match, you only get awarded 2 points. If you win a regular match, you get 3 points. So all of those tiebreaker wins that Caren Tiger have, they don't quite add up to as many points as B Gaming have been able to muster throughout the season. Also worth mentioning, of course, for those that might be new viewers to our league, that the tiebreaker losses also reward you with 1 point.
Yeah, some really interesting sort of storylines coming out there. And I think it's, you know, maybe a little bit of a disappointment there for Caren Tiger, because we've seen them so many times. They were up 3-0 or 4-1 or something like that, and it always managed to get to a tiebreaker situation where they might have just lost out on that 1 point and only been able to win in the tiebreaker. But regardless, that's how things turned out for them, so they're going to have to grin and bear it. At this stage, though, we're getting very close to being underway with our matches for today. And speaking of our matches for today, let's have a look and see what they're going to be. B Gaming and Caren Tiger, we've already spoken about it a little bit here, Alex, but our next matchup after that, EL Gaming and Horseman.
Oh, EL Gaming and Horseman, that's going to be a fun one, of course, seeing EL Gaming play the Horseman, who are sitting towards the bottom of the ladder at the moment. But look, there's no doubt about it. B Gaming and Caren Tiger, we've got to focus on that one. El Clasico, Battle Royale, whatever you want to call it. You know, the Epic Rumble, the Japanese Derby, I think you've said.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you call it. It's going to be a fantastic game. And with only 2 games today, you know, I think maybe they'll kind of make up for it by having a nice long 5-4 tiebreaker.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say how this one's going to go, because it could go for a long one, it could be a short one. Just depends on what maps we sort of see come out here between the two teams and really who turns up on the day. Obviously, we saw B Gaming last week were really fantastic against EL Gaming, but was it because they were counter-stratting EL Gaming, or were they in general just that good? You know, maybe they haven't counter-stratted Caren Tiger as hard, so things might be a little bit closer. Who knows?
It's tricky. It's tricky to know, of course, but I think that just judging based, like, I don't know, it's hard because I've written down, right, in my predictions, I've actually written down, guys, that B Gaming will win 5-2. Right, but honestly, feeling the kind of excitement leading up to this one, I think I'm going to backflip on that before the game's even started. And I know Elfish Guy doesn't like it when I do that. He's not a big fan, but yeah.
So what are you going to go then?
Tiebreaker, 5-4 to B Gaming.
5-4 to B Gaming. Caren Tiger have a good win rate in those tiebreakers. Anyway, we digress a little bit. Let's have a look and see who the B Gaming guys are, because they're coming into this one off a pretty decent week last week, and now find themselves in number 4 on the ladder.
Yes, there we go. So B Gaming, of course, definitely have to focus on some of the star players for their lineup. We always love watching Till Matil, of course. seen him on Twitter as well. I think he's at Tiltil or something along those lines. So definitely give him a follow. But Utori as well. We've seen some big plays out of Utori recently, so another one to keep our eye on. But overall, the whole B Gaming lineup, very versatile tankers. You know, statistically, they're very good on the attack.
Yep.
You know, they played well against EL Gaming on the attack,
very well.
particularly. So they've got what it takes to you know, they showed they've got what it takes to technically even win this season if they like keep up with the way that they played last week against EL Gaming. You know, the only team to take EL Gaming to a tiebreaker so far this season.
I mean, they certainly had a good performance last week, but really I think it comes down to, are they going to be able to follow that up today against Caren Tiger, who at the moment are looking like a pretty decent team as well. So for me, Caren Tiger coming into this one, ladder position number 7, maybe the slight underdogs.
Yeah, look, I think that's safe to say that they are the underdogs here. Again, these guys, they've played each other a lot previously. You know, we can see Caren Tiger there, 77 battles overall. So they're experienced tankers. But it is hard to say how it's going to end up. But I think in terms of who we're going to focus on the Caren Tiger lineup, Mudame. Always, we love seeing Mudame, whether Mudame is, you know, flying off cliffs on Himmelsdorf or making big plays on Prokhorovka. Polly as well, of course, the team captain there for Caren Tiger. Another one to look out for.
Definitely looking like a interesting matchup coming out here. And, you know, I've just had a look at the maps that are coming out between these two teams here. And I'm a little bit worried here for Caren Tiger, actually, because, to be honest, it's pretty much gone as well as it could have for B Gaming. Starting off on Prokhorovka, I mean, when I look at this, I have to question, what's Caren Tiger been banning? Because, to be honest, to see this coming out here, it's a dangerous situation here, actually, for the Caren Tiger. Prokhorovka, the first map, Caren Tiger haven't played all season. I mean, it's not one of the best maps for B Gaming, but they have about a 60% win rate on it.
Maybe it's their secret weapon. You know?
Well,
maybe they were waiting for this moment to bust it out against
perhaps
their kind of rival team, B Gaming. Who knows?
I hope for their sake that it is, because, I mean, having not picked it all of this season really makes me think that they're probably a little weak on it. They just want to avoid it. And then, of course, we head over to Mines, which is actually Caren Tiger's pick. And we know what a side B Gaming is on Mines. They 2-0'd EL Gaming on Mines.
Honestly, there is no logical reason for Caren Tiger to pick Mines against B Gaming. You know, we saw how dominant they were last week against EL Gaming there. They've got, seriously, a magic hat full of strategies on Mines. They could just pull out, you know, oh, look, let's do a mouse. Let's do 2 mouse. Let's do the FV215Bs. They can just keep on pulling out these Mines strats.
Let's get M4043.
Exactly.
They had that
and
last week too.
Always work.
Yeah. It was a good performance last week from the guys on B Gaming on Mines. And then, of course, Himmelsdorf is a decent one there for Caren Tiger, so I guess that's okay. But again, it could be a 1-1 map because B Gaming are very good on the attack of Himmelsdorf. Anyway, we'll talk about that a little bit later. Let's head into our first map. It's going to be Prokhorovka. And, well, nothing too crazy coming out there from the tank picks.
Yeah, look, just running through both of the lineups. Caren Tiger are going to be going with that T49 that we don't always see on Prokhorovka.
Yes, but we always see it come out from Caren Tiger.
That is true.
So it's very much a comfort pick for them.
Yeah, no, they are a fan of that T49, aren't they? But across the rest of the lineup, nothing too crazy. B Gaming going with that T110E5. They do like throwing a T110E5 in kind of every now and then, even though, you know, it doesn't seem to be too effective. But here we go. Let's take a look at Prokhorovka right here, of course, with those 2 flags, again, one on either side of the rail tracks, one right next to the fully destructible town, and one a little bit more out in the open.
Alrighty, so Caren Tiger will be starting off on the attacking side here, and B Gaming obviously going to be on the defense. Does seem like Caren Tiger just gunning it straight down in towards the middle of the map here. So we might see a bit of an early fight coming out.
Yeah, we might be seeing that actually, as B Gaming, kind of some of them are sitting back, so this might be dangerous. If Kian Kampao here, he's just been spotted out. If Caren Tiger keep on pushing over and try and take out these 3, but it's looking like they're not too keen.
Yeah, Mordame has taken a bit of damage there, but it seems like Caren Tiger have identified that the sort of the eastern side of the map here is completely clear for them. So they've just decided, yep, we're going to go over to the 2 cap here. And now B Gaming will have to respond. Tomato JP in his bat chat might be able to spot them out from there, but or even get some shots over. Although I don't think he's actually sitting right up on the track, so perhaps not. But this is a little dangerous now for B Gaming because Caren Tiger have sort of entrenched themselves in a very nice position. It's up to B Gaming now to push over those tracks and really try and deal with that.
Yeah, and Yupa here, he's playing a very, very sneaky 113. Should be able to get a nice shot on towards T4 right there. T4, bad poke from him. He's going to pay for it.
Yeah, he is indeed going to pay for it. Dekamori Sane in the TVP is going to pick up that initial kill. And now Yupa, he's taken it into his own hands. He's going to push over the tracks himself. And now Utori in the T125 under a little bit of pressure here. And Caren Tiger definitely seem in control of this matchup at the moment. But they are taking a little bit of damage in response. Perhaps a little bit too aggressive for them to push over the tracks. Though in saying that, Utori should be very shortly going down. There's a trade out, now 1 for 1, but as I say that, 2 for 1 in the favour of the Caren Tiger. But they have lost a lot of HP in doing so.
Yeah, they have. Look, Caren Tiger, they need to be careful right there. Modame on 800 HP, Polly on just about 1,000. We can see, oh, that was close there by
That would have been a WGL APAC moment.
Yeah, absolutely. But managed to get away safe enough from that. Right now we can see Caren Tiger, look, that was a good push from there. Obviously, it worked out. They took an extra gun off the field. They got rid of that T110E5, so B Gaming, now it's much, much harder for them to actually poke Caren Tiger. They only have the autoloaders and the STB1 left. So really, B Gaming might just need to all in Caren Tiger sometime here unless they can get some good spots and pokes on towards Opalisk, which it looks like Kian Power is doing.
Well, he's trying to at least, but Opalisk has now been unspotted. I mean, there's still a lot of time here for B Gaming to play with, but you're right, they don't have the HP to work with. They don't have their heavy tanks available to soak up a bit of damage either. So this is a bit of a dangerous situation now for B Gaming, and really the teams have essentially just swapped sort of the sides of the map. Initially we saw Caren Tiger over on towards that 2 cap, but this time now over towards that 1 cap, and Kian Power is going to be spotted out as he's trying to do a little spotting himself, but not having much luck.
Yeah, so it's not looking like any of those Caren Tiger members have been spotted, but if we take a look at B Gaming, they've sent 1 member up towards the hill right there. I think we've got 7mm still just running around in the town. They need to get this reset fairly soon. That T49, it should be spottable by Kian Power. I don't think he's got the camo net on. No real potential for that one, but still they need to push over pretty soon. And Caren Tiger, the way that they're setting up this defense here on this 1 flag, it's going to make it very hard for B Gaming to push over because they've got 3 members right over there, but B Gaming are going for it.
Yeah, that 30-second mark seems to be the go signal here for B Gaming. 7mm now 1 shot and now 0 shot as he's dead. Akio V will pick up that kill. There is a reset there from Tomato JP, but B Gaming have already sacrificed so much to get that it almost feels that really this game is already hanging in the favour of Caren Tiger. Opalisk with the T49 is going to absolutely demolish his opponent there. And now there's only 3 tanks remaining. It seems like a slow and steady victory is on the cards here for Caren Tiger.
Yeah, it's looking like it right here as Caren Tiger only have 3 tanks left to deal with on the B Gaming side, and that push there from B Gaming really just did not work. They all got spotted immediately after they went over the rail tracks. Caren Tiger lit them up with their 3 tanks on that kind of F1 area and 1 down in about J2. So unfortunately, Mr. Tacky's going to try. It's going to get 1, but I think that's all.
Yeah, that's pretty much going to be all she wrote there for B Gaming. A nice start for Caren Tiger to get up a 1-0 victory on a map that they haven't played so far. How did you feel about that push, though, from B Gaming to go over the tracks after the fight was already engaged?
Well, look, they don't have too many options there. I still would have preferred it if B Gaming had actually just tried to get a bit more of an aggressive spot with their STB1, as opposed to just pushing over the tracks like that. Maybe they should have pushed all the way down to the bottom of the rail tracks and then gone for like a kind of round the world flank rather than just committing to that. That could have worked out a little bit better because they did have the bat chats. There was 1 member from Caren Tiger there. They obviously don't know that there's 1 member from Caren Tiger down around that J1 line, J1 area, but that would have worked out potentially a little bit better because as it stood, Caren Tiger were perfectly set up for a push around the center of those rail tracks there. Just countered it perfectly, kept their cool. The T49 on the point got like 700 or something damage off to finish off the bat chat AP, and that was all she wrote.
Yeah, I mean, a really good performance there from Caren Tiger. Maybe, do you think they might have got a little bit lucky in heading straight over the tracks there without taking too much damage from B Gaming initially on that first push?
That was lucky. That was definitely lucky for them. As we saw B Gaming light up one member of Caren Tiger, didn't take him down, took him down sort of in a reasonable space of time. But after that, the damage from B Gaming really slowed down. And that was definitely an issue for them. They shouldn't have let Caren Tiger kind of get away as scot-free as they did from that.
Yeah, definitely wasn't the best of performances there from B Gaming. But let's go ahead and have a look and see where things went wrong. You can see this is sort of later in the stages of the fight. As Taki just trying to do what he can. But really, at this point, it's all said and done.
It was definitely all said and done by that point there. So, well, unfortunately, B Gaming not really getting off to the best of starts there, and Taki not making the biggest of plays. But I would be interested to see, how much damage B Gaming were actually able to put down on towards Caren Tiger. But overall, it just looked like, Caren Tiger, they pushed really nicely at the start. They made the right decision to not go over the centre mound right at the beginning of the game, and not push into the B Gaming team. Because if they had, then B Gaming were perfectly, set up in defensive spots to stop that.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll have a look and see if we can answer your question here, Alex. How much damage the B Gaming guys were actually able to do. And in the end, it's not a pretty sight. Caren Tiger sitting all up the top there.
Yeah, that is not looking great there for B Gaming, but of course to be expected when a couple of the Caren Tiger tanks survive the end of that one. And it is good to see that Tier 9 bat chat there. Tomato JP down on 7th. I think that the rest of Caren Tiger, I mean, Yupa Akiov and Dekamari Sano, they're doing some really nice work up the top of the scoreboard. And everyone on Caren Tiger actually pulling their weight. Unfortunately, Mr. T4 in that 113 obviously just got blown up. One shot, 0 damage dealt. No kills. So a little bit unfortunate there for T4, but it's always next half.
Yeah, I mean, that was very much what started sort of the collapse there for B Gaming. Him getting picked off without really doing much. And it didn't seem like he had any sort of a plan there. He was just peeking over, trying to get a shot or two maybe, but really got completely punished there by Caren Tiger.
Yeah. Well, B Gaming, look, they've got the other half now to start off with. And do you think it's going to be a 1-1? Do you think B Gaming are going to come back from that and
Yeah,
take
I think
it
they
out?
should. Like, when I look at the map stats, it really should have been perhaps a B Gaming 2-0. But obviously, maybe Caren Tiger have got something here, though. I still feel B Gaming going to be 2-0ing. No, 1-1ing. 1-1ing this one. So let's have a look and see how they'll do in the second half here in the tank lineups.
Okay, what have we got here for B Gaming? Let's see. We have got the Grill 15. And they're actually also, that's interesting, also going to be going with that T62A, which we don't see very often. But apart from that, Caren Tiger going with a fairly stock standard lineup. Again, that T49 that they really like. It definitely worked out for them in the last half there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the grill here on Prokhorovka. There's always ways to use it. We've seen, I think, some teams last week pick the grill and head down towards the left side of the map with it, down towards that one line. But let's take a look where B Gaming go with it.
Does seem like they might be heading in that direction as well. 7mm in the RU-251, just going to be going quite aggressively forward. He'll try and spot out some of those guys on the Caren Tiger, but he'll have a bit of a surprise. There's a lot of Caren Tiger members moving very quickly forward, so he might be in trouble. No, he's going to be not pressured at all, which is probably a good decision in the end there from Caren Tiger.
Yeah, I think so. 7mm in that RU-251 should be looking fine. That's going to be Akiov in this batch at 25T as well. And he's going to be heading up towards the back of this one line. And the good thing is there, B Gaming, they didn't get any other spots across. They only spotted, I think they only spotted one member of Caren Tiger. So Caren Tiger could actually be very, very happy with that. And B Gaming may not actually know after that little peek that they're walking into a trap, or should I say driving into a trap right here. So it's looking like they're heading down the one line. And with both of these tank lineups, I think that in an all-out brawl, B Gaming might struggle a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously they probably don't want to even try and engage an all-out brawl, but look at Opalisk here, rotating around through the bottom of the map. He is going to be spotted out by 7mm, but you have to say, 7mm probably doesn't want to take a fight with the T49. Things could go very poorly for him. And in the meanwhile, B Gaming are getting absolutely decimated up towards the northern end of the map as well. Utori is very low. T4 is going to come in here and try and block some shots for him, but it almost feels like it's too little too late. Having said that, Mordame is going to get absolutely demolished by Kian Power there, as well as the rest of the B Gaming members, but now we can start to see B Gaming try and make their way forward. Utori still alive here on 199 HP. His teammates doing a great job of keeping him alive, and now things are starting to turn, but look at Yupa coming around from behind. This is an absolutely crazy battle coming out between the two teams.
Yeah, Utori should not be alive here. There is no way. There we go. Finally, Polly taking him out, but some of these B Gaming members are not looking too healthy. His Batchat's coming in. Oh, big shot from Opalist. Should be able to finish him off.
Yeah, although he's got a pretty long reload here, so 7mm will try and take advantage of that. He's actually shooting HE by the seams of things, although you have to feel 7mm doesn't really have much more chance in this one. I think he just penned him. Yeah. 411, 299. But in the end, not going to be enough.
Right, there we go.
Just survives. Although, you have to say, across the map, things are not looking too good in reality for Caren Tiger. Yes, they've got the extra tanks on the field, but really, Kian Power and Tomato JP, with the HP pool that they have, should be able to clean this up.
Yeah, definitely. With that T62A on 1205 HP, Opalisk might actually be able to get a kind of nice shot on towards Kian Power in that grill. That's what it's going to need, but does not get it.
I'm not sure why Kian Power fires a shot there without stopping, but in the end, the kill goes the way of B Gaming, but still, Opalisk. He's got nothing.
He's got nothing.
Don't know. Maybe he could have played that a little bit slower. Might have had an opportunity, but
potentially.
I guess it's wishful thinking, really, to win a 1v2 in that sort of a situation anyway. But in the end, it's a 1-1 between the two teams there on Prokhorovka.
1-1. There we go. So we're off to a nice close start between these two guys. And I think, well, really, that push early on from... I wasn't expecting it to actually work that well from B Gaming.
Well, I think Utori surviving for so long was sort of a key part in that.
That was crucial. That IS-7 surviving all the way, like an extra minute longer or something like that than he should have. It was an excellent play by the 113 as well that came in front of the IS-7 and blocked off those shots that were coming down from Caren Tiger. So B Gaming got to be pretty happy with that. It was just a nice solid push that I'm not too sure Caren Tiger, they pushed out, they kind of retreated, if you will, after B Gaming pushed all the way down in towards them. Whether that was the right decision or not, it's hard to say, because after the retreat, you know, they left Utori alive, right, rather than staying there and finishing him off.
Yeah.
You know, some of the tanks on the B Gaming lineup were on reload. You know, when a Batchat's on reload, that's 30, 40 seconds that you've got to spare. So, you know, should they have retreated at that point, or should they have just gritted their teeth to, you know, stay in the fight? It's a hard question.
It is a hard question. I think it would be something to look at on the post-battle stats when we get there, is that how much damage Utori was actually able to do, because he survived probably a little longer than he maybe should have. In the end, though, not sitting up there on the top 7.
No surprises there, but our Tomato JP in that T62A doing work, absolutely doing work right there, and well, proving that the 37.5% win rate of the T62A is, well, it's got a little bit more to offer than that. So with 3.3 thousand damage dealt.
Oh, Utori did nothing.
Utori, oh, he did do nothing.
Well,
okay,
he
observed a lot of shots, at least. He did observe a lot of shots. So that's a little bit of a blink of good news for Utori, and that's all you really have to do.
I guess, I mean, he still had sort of pressure around the place because he was still there. Hard to say how much more effect he would have had if he had had a little bit more HP. But, yeah, I mean, in the end, it doesn't really matter how it gets done. B Gaming pick up the victory on that one,
exactly.
So 1-1. And to be honest, yeah, I mean, I'm not particularly surprised by that result. Yeah, I probably would have put the favour in B Gaming to Prokhorovka, but, I mean, it's not one of their real favoured maps anyway, so I don't think they'll be too disappointed with a 1-1 there. Heading on to Mines here, though, if B Gaming don't 2-0 this one, I think they'll be a little bit disappointed by that.
Absolutely. Mines is going to be, without a doubt, it should be a 2-0 from B Gaming. But it is good to see that Caren Tiger have started this off nice and kind of hot, if you will. Very much in contention here with B Gaming, which is exactly what we wanted to see. You know, I'm sure these guys, they practice against each other on a fairly regular basis. Obviously, both being Japanese teams and both having played in the same sort of league and same region for so long. It's great to see this kind of national rivalry playing out a little bit.
Indeed it is. All right, well, let's go ahead and have a look and see how it's going to play out throughout the next of our few maps. It is going to be mines, as mentioned, and nothing too crazy coming out from B Gaming this time.
No, where are the mouses, B Gaming? Where are the mouses?
Where's the FV215B?
Where's
the
mice?
M4043?
The grill, even. But no, this time they are just playing it pretty stock standard. And honestly, those tank picks say to me, B Gaming want to push the hill here on mines. They want hill control. They want to get it early. They want to fight for it.
Well, you could argue the same thing about Caren Tiger.
Yeah, well, exactly. Caren Tiger have, honestly, that is a pretty dangerous... Yeah, just looking through Caren Tiger's lineup, that is a very dangerous lineup to contest hill control.
I do like the T49 pick again from Caren Tiger. We see it so much, and generally speaking, it's pretty effective on mines, especially in those early on brawls at the hill. So we'll see whether or not that T49 is going to be able to find the side of one of those, maybe those Batchat APs or something like that from B Gaming. But it does look like neither team really contesting the hill too hard. And actually, you know what? I'm not particularly surprised. I really should have called this before this happened, but this is what B Gaming does every single time on the attack of mines.
Ah, yes, there we go. They're going for the good old-fashioned two-flag push. And one member laying in wait. That's going to be T4 sitting up there in that A2 area. But right now with 7mm and Tomato JP, they might even poke this. They've done it before. They did it against CL Gaming. They're going to be playing very aggressively.
They definitely are. 7mm should potentially get a shot off here, but look at Opalisk. He's trying to go for a bit of a mountain climb there in his T49. Not going to work out for him, but he does avoid any damage there from the 113s, though Mubesi, I think, might have just taken a shot from Tomato JP there. And, well, look at Otori. He's on only 80 HP now, so I don't know what happened to him, but he's certainly a little bit worse for wear.
Yeah, not looking too great there is Mr. Otori. Taki's mate is going to be helping him out there in that batch. Actually going to be deciding to reload instead, but it's looking like Caren Tiger, they're reacting to this B Gaming push, and a couple of them are going to be rotating potentially even off the hill, off the other side of the hill to the attack, and maybe Shinozaka, they're clearing out the town. In the meantime, we can see Mubesi here in this TVP, just getting eyes over the hill, eyes over the kind of coast area as well.
I do like the setup that Caren Tiger had there, because they knew that B Gaming was going to be going for a sort of a setup like this on their attack, because they always do it.
Yeah.
And so Caren Tiger put themselves in good positions to get shots on Utori and Taki as they crossed, and Shinozaka not quite going to land that, but in the end, it shouldn't hurt him too much. So it's been a good start here from Caren Tiger, though they have taken a bit of damage themselves, so we'll need to still be a little careful here. It's not over by any means.
Definitely not, as we do see Tomato JP putting some cap pressure on in that 113. Then 93 seconds left before that base is captured up. Shinozaka's going to be having another go at this little run up here. Didn't work for him before, and it will work for him this time, but he gets spotted.
Yeah, he has been spotted by 7mm, I'd say, although he's been able to spot out 7mm as well. I don't think he knows that T4 is hanging around up in that A1 area, so he needs to be careful if he does opt to push forward here. Akio V is going to have a try as well, and won't work out too well for him, but Opalisk, in the meanwhile, is going to go down.
Yeah, that TVP doing quite a bit of work, and it's looking like those AMXs and those auto-loaders on the hill were just getting a few shots over towards B Gaming, but nothing too major just yet. And we are going to be seeing a bit of a rotate coming in here. Modame pushing up a little bit further. Maybe they're trying to clamp down around 7mm. He's in a very dangerous position right now. If B Gaming don't do something,
Dekamori Sane gets absolutely wrecked by, I think, Kyonkyoun Power and Tiltil Matil, taking a ton of damage. He also got tracked, but he's okay. Although now this time he doesn't have really anything to work with. He's going to be on the reload, doesn't have any HP, doesn't have a repair kit either, so if he gets caught out in trouble, he's in trouble. That's safe to say.
Yes, definitely is. Right now, there is still the issue of kind of time that B Gaming have got to start worrying about, I think. We have the base cap on 100 seconds left, but Caren Tiger, they are positioned very, very well to kind of get the punishes and get the resets on towards B Gaming. His T4's just taken a lot of damage. And I think T4 with his batchet up here, look, he's in an alright position as long as he doesn't get rushed by Shinozakit.
Well, if he gets rushed by Shinozakit, Shinozakit's going to be punished by 7mm. So
yeah, true. So it's a
I
good
think
positioning there from 7mm.
it really makes it almost impossible to rotate around through the northern part of the map. Caren Tiger really going to have to sort of work now throughout the southern or middle parts of the map here, because I'd say that north area is pretty much off limits.
Yeah, and you wouldn't be wrong, I don't think. But in the meantime, Taki is going to be able to take down Mubesi in that little fight down on the coast. We do see Modame and Akiov rotating up towards their spawn once again. So it looks like they're going to be taking Mubesi's place down to kind of guard the coastline. And generally, when you want to get a reset on towards that 2 cap, well, you want to be where Akiov is heading right now, heading down towards this kind of K4, K5 area to get those cap resets going. And they do need to get one pretty soon, actually, Caren Tiger, because B Gaming have 23 seconds left before they get a cap.
Yep, 20 seconds now, and well, Caren Tiger are going to try and get the reset here, courtesy of Polly. And yes, he gets the reset, but really, he sacrificed pretty much his entire life in doing so. And you have to say, it's probably not worthwhile there for Caren Tiger. Well, I mean, it is, because they are able to continue battling here, but really, how much longer does it buy them?
Yeah, not long. I think the answer is Caren Tiger. Look, they've got 2 members that are 1 shell from death right here. B Gaming have full control of that little coastal lighthouse hill. And with Tomato JP getting reset once again, Polly is not looking too good. Oh no, and that's almost desperation there from Polly, emptying those 2 clips, not hitting any of them. He's got to reload right now. And Dekamore Sane just needs 1 shot till he goes down.
Well, B Gaming are bleeding a few tanks actually over to Caren Tiger here, but I mean, yes, they should be fine, but they certainly don't want to get too cocky about this one. As you can see, T4, well, oh, he was trying to go for the ram there, I think. In the end, though, Shinozakit is going to go down to the Batchat's gun. And now you can see Caren Tiger only having 3 players left alive here. The AMX-50B. Dekamori Sane will be able to pick up 7mm.
He shouldn't have been able to do that. That was I think 3 shots on towards that AMX-50B that Dekamori Sane was able to get. I'm not too sure whether the 113 of B Gaming was looking around, whether 7mm wasn't kind of facing the right direction, but really a big play there from Dekamori Sane, kind of keeping them in the game. But for how much longer, I'm not too sure.
Dekamori Sane is going to find another kill for himself, and he's doing a good job of peeking here. Kyung Power is going to pick up 1, but Dekamori Sane finds his 3rd, and now it's a 2v2. And I mean, yeah, sure, Caren Tiger, both of their tanks are a 1-shot, but the way that they've been throwing away tanks at the moment, you feel like they could almost lose this one.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. B Gaming.
It would have to be the biggest throw of the century.
Well, yeah, I suppose, but it's never good to underestimate how much damage an AMX-50B can put out. You know, like Kyung Power in that TVP, that is 2 shots from an AMX-50B. See ya, Kyung Power. Tomato JP, he actually can't get that many shots off. Like, he can't kill 2 tanks before he goes down if he's facing him. I think as long as they get both of the first shots off.
Yeah.
You know, because then he's only going to be on, what, 700 or so health after the first 2 shots. Going to take 2 more. And an AMX-50B can get 2 shots in the space of a 113's reload out, for sure.
For sure, yeah. Well, Kyung Power has been spotted out, and Polly similarly has also been spotted out, but oh, look at that. Another free shot going over.
Free shots!
This is like a little bit worrying, actually, for B Gaming. I mean, surely they will still win this, but it's gotten very close.
Well, again, speaking of close, like, they know that no one is around Kyung Power. They know they knew exactly where he was, up on that hill there.
It comes down to this one. Let's see what Kyung Power can do. He should be able to pick up Polly, and oh, he misses the shot. He's got another chance, obviously, being an auto-loader, but now he's wasted that opportunity, as Polly's going to get back into safety, and I think we'll see what Dekamori Sane can do about that reset as well, because this duel between Kyung Power and Polly is a little bit too intense for Polly at the moment. He's actually going to back away. They've got 35 seconds to get that reset, but, you know, if they get this reset, who knows what can happen?
Who knows? But with the 113 taking down Dekamore Sane, this is not looking too good for Caren Tiger. It's looking like B-Gaming might finally
Tomato JP's off the reload as well.
finish it off. Yeah, exactly. So it should be a case of see you later, Tomato JP, and he will spot out Polly, will get the shot off. B-Gaming will take out the first half on mines.
Pretty close though, definitely a little bit closer than it should have been there between those two sides. So yeah, B-Gaming pick up the win, which is probably what we would have expected, but definitely thought that Caren Tiger gave them a good run for the money there at the end.
Yeah, definitely. Look, and it's great to see these games going so close together. Caren Tiger, obviously, I think the individual play at the end, maybe B-Gaming, they felt that, oh yeah, you know, there's only 2 Caren Tiger tanks left, only 2 AMX 50Bs. They're only on 100 HP or 50 HP or whatever. You know, we don't have to worry about them. But suddenly, Caren Tiger, you know, almost completely flipped the tables around in that one. And I think B-Gaming, whilst they did win it out in the end and did have kind of 2 tanks remaining, it was a lot closer than it needed to be, I feel.
Definitely was. And, well, I mean, it always sort of felt pretty comfortable there for B-Gaming. But again, like, they just let things get a little bit too sketchy for a point there. Though, you know, in general, the map definitely felt like it was always very B-Gaming sided for the entirety of that match. But let's have a look first at the replays before we discuss the next half there on mines.
Yeah, so this was Shinozaka just almost getting rammed right there. But in the end, Til Matil cleaned him up. And Dekamore Sano there in that AMX 50B, amazingly not getting spotted or taken down. And was able to try and get Tomato JP, but there we go, was spotted in the end. See you later, Dekamore Sane. And the final kill there on towards Polly. Maybe if Tomato JP was looking the other way, then perhaps, you know, the reset could have gone off and then the AMX 50B could have hidden behind a rock or something and maybe tried something like that. But
would have been a pretty marvellous victory if he had been able to do that. A bit of a miracle, but wasn't to be in the end. And, well, you know what, let's have a look and see how those damage stats came up there. I'm not surprised to see Dekamori Sane up towards the top there, but Kian Power.
TVPs. You let TVPs survive and they will do a lot of damage, there's no doubt about it. And Smudame, obviously with a higher kind of, a slightly higher accuracy rate there. 15 shots fired, 3.2k damage. Kian Power with 3.6k after 20 shots. But you're right, Dekamori Sane there in that AMX 50B one to look out for as well. Unfortunately, the T49 of Opalisk not able to get a great deal of damage off there with 0.
Definitely not the performance we would have wanted to see there from the T49 of Caren Tiger. Normally, he gets about 1,000 to 1,500 off on mines, but
a couple of shots worth.
Yeah, exactly. There was no sort of early on brawl, though, that T49 maybe could have taken advantage of there. So perhaps on this second half here, B-Gaming still have yet to actually lose on the attacking side, which is what they just picked up. But now on the defending side, they have dropped that once.
Yeah,
but really, it's still a very strong side for them.
And they, let's not forget, they do pick some interesting tanks on the defense as well. We might see a mouse coming out, you know, maybe.
Potentially, very potentially.
Potentially, yeah. And I think the mouse actually, after 11 or so games in our season thus far, it has an insanely high win rate. You know, I think it's something like, I mean, I've got it down here, like 90% or something.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that's about right. But let's have a look and see.
90%.
No mouse coming out here for B-Gaming, but they have got a T49, so taking a leaf out of Caren Tiger's book there.
Yeah, there we go. So 2 teams with the T49. And again, I wouldn't be surprised to see a hill push here from both of these teams. Both of their lineups are perfect for it. So, you know, it could definitely work.
Does look like that's where Caren Tiger are headed. B-Gaming, on the other hand, not really quite as much.
No, it doesn't look like a...
Tomato JP, though, he's going to be coming off the reload just as these Caren Tiger players are crossing. So, let's have a look and see if he's going to be able to do anything. Oh, gets a good shot into AkiOV, but not quite enough. And he's going to be punished for it as well.
Yep.
Probably not a worthwhile trade there for the old T49.
No, Tomato JP not really going to be too happy with that outcome. At the moment, though, we do see Caren Tiger. They've gain control of the hill right here. B Gaming are coming up behind them though.
Yeah, this is not looking all that good for Caren Tiger, but as I say that, they've started to put a whole lot of damage there into Till. One of the batch hats already down. Similarly, Opal is going down. Perhaps not the greatest of focus fire there for B Gaming, taking out the tier 8, but now Mordame, he's very low, getting out of the fight on the reload. We'll see how this one ends up, but it does look like it's going to be swinging in the favor of Caren Tiger initially. They do need to take down Shinozaki. If they can do that, maybe they can turn things around, and he does go down in the end. 7mm in the 113 just puts a shot into Mordame, but doesn't manage to actually take him out. Boy, this is close. It's actually swung back in favor of B Gaming.
Wow, crazy right now as Caren Tiger still taking a couple of shots. B Gaming, they've repositioned themselves up on towards the top of this hill. So in terms of positions right now, I definitely favour B Gaming to be able to get those shots down on towards Caren
What's
Tiger.
Bessie doing here?
Oh.
Should be a free shot for 7mm, but it seems 7mm is more interested in shooting someone else, and, well, might have given himself up there a little bit too much. Shown a little bit too much of his person to really the entire enemy team of Caren Tiger. In the end, let's see what Taki's going to be able to do in his batch chat. Utori's off the reload as well. They do need to clean up all these guys while they're on the reload, and Utori very quickly going straight for Murame in that TVP, but in the end, it's all down to Utori now.
Yeah, Taki there just made a big mistake, it looked like. Utori will be able to clean up one, but he's not going to be able to get the rest with 2 tanks left. Half HP. See you later, Utori. And wow, Caren Tiger taking out a one on mines against B Gaming.
Feel like there was a few mistakes coming out there from B Gaming. Just a few over peaks.
Yep. Till like Taki, sorry, at the end there. You know, I'm not too sure what he was doing. Poking out right in towards like way too many members of Caren Tiger. And
I felt
ramming
7mm. He could have just taken the free shot into the side of the 113 and
backed
out and not taken. Well, not sacrificed his life, essentially, just to try and get another shot across to someone else. And yeah, maybe he was trying to get rid of one of those low HP tanks, but was the risk versus reward necessarily worth it? In that situation, quite clearly not.
I don't think so. I think it obviously showed at the end there with B Gaming taking out the loss that it was not worth it for 7mm. But interesting to see that effectively B Gaming right from the start, they always wanted to go for the heel push.
Yeah.
But the way they did it was, again, like something that we haven't really, from my memory, seen before. We haven't seen the teams go for like a delayed heel push where they send 2 of their tanks around the back of the hill and then kind of
We might
go
have
up
seen
from
it
there.
once
maybe
or
once,
twice.
maybe once, but yeah, definitely a little bit out there and non-standard. I honestly wonder though whether if they just pushed up the hill and just called their targets, like
Maybe. It did seem like the focus fire was a little bit off there, actually, for B Gaming. They took out the T49 initially, and really, sure, you can take out the T49, which is great, but is he the one to focus? Why are these batch hats behind not focusing Mordame? Why are they running straight at Opalus?
Yeah.
Kyungkam Power's made a mistake here.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I think
I'm not sure why he's focusing the T49.
you need to get those TVPs down. And obviously, look, a T49 can deal a lot of damage to these batch hats, to these TVPs, but at the end of the day, you need to take those autoloaders off the field quick smart.
Yeah, well, in the end, it's going to be a 2-2 between B Gaming and Caren Tiger, and you said it was going to be pretty close with a tiebreaker here, and to be honest, I mean, I can see the next map of Himmelsdorf going to a 1-1. Don't know about Ghost Town, though. It's a good map there for B Gaming, but I said the same thing about Mines, and it's a 1-1 as well, so it might not be far from the truth.
Yeah, well, Ghost Town. That's going to be an interesting one, I think, once we get over to that. But let's take a look at how B Gaming did in terms of the damage stats in this one. And, well, they came close, that's for sure. You know, 3 members out of the top 7, with 7mm and Utori on 2 and 3. Utori has been making some pretty big plays so far today, but obviously Caren Tiger with those TVPs alive, or with that TVP alive there, Madame, and the Bat Chats just coming out on top.
Yeah, interested to see. I mean, one of those B Gaming Bat Chats got absolutely wrecked. It must have been Till Matil. Straight off the bat, got taken out of the battle, and unfortunately was only able to get 1 actual shot off. Fired 2, but really.
Yeah, and look, you really need to... in a mines push, you're always going to lose some tanks pretty fast because
Yeah.
when you've got 7 tanks shooting you, you're going to drop. Particularly if you're in a bat chat, you know, if the shells connect, you will. But I think moving on to Himmelsdorf as our next map, that's really going to change things up because we're not going to be seeing, you know, we're not going to be seeing the 6, the 7 bat chats. We're not going to be seeing the TVPs. You know, we might see a few 113s, but it's a much heavier focus map.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good opportunity for, well, both these teams really to kind of relax a little bit, strategize out how they're going to take it a little bit slower on Himmelsdorf. And I think B Gaming this should be the map where they actually get a 2-0.
Okay, interesting. Well, we'll see how they've decided to go about their tank picks here because it looks like that's ready. Let's have a look and see. FE215B 183 on one side, and the 4005 on the other.
There we go. I am loving these picks from both teams. Plenty of AMX 50Bs on the field. We've got the IS4 on either side. I think the only real difference is that we do have a bat chat on the Caren Tiger side, and on the other side we have kind of like a 113 instead, I guess, or an IS4. And Caren Tiger do have one extra AMX 50B as well. So Caren Tiger going with a very auto-loader focused lineup. So that means they're really going to be wanting to go for an all-out 7v7 brawl. B Gaming, on the other hand, so going with a little bit of a heavier lineup with that extra IS4 in there, the 113. So we'll see.
Yeah, Himmelsdorf is a bit of an interesting map here, actually, for B Gaming because at the moment they have a 100% win rate on the attack and a 0% win rate on the defense. After playing it 10 times, 4 on attack, 6 on defense. So I can almost see a 1-1 coming out here. It's a pretty good map, actually, for Caren Tiger overall. They have decent win rates on both the attack and defense, and they play it a lot as well. It's one of their top-picked maps, too. So I'd be looking towards a 1-1, I think, with both teams picking up their attacking side here.
Yeah, you reckon a 1-1?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm feeling a 2-0 here. Come on, B Gaming. Don't let me down. As right now, Caren Tiger are going to be heading down the hill. Oh, well, sorry, Mudame is going to be heading down the hill and trying to get a few spots out onto anyone there in that FE4005. Of course, the FE4005, for those that do not know, is the same gun as the FE215B183. That can deal a maximum of around 2.2 thousand damage with that high explosive squashed head shell. A premium round that it fires. And just a little fun fact for those that don't know how HESH or high explosive squashed head shells work is that essentially they stick onto their target and they kind of squash down a bit of plastic explosive on the target's armor that you hit. And then the plastic explosive goes off, not with the intention to punch a hole in the armor, but it makes a massive shock wave that kind of sends bits flying all around the tank. And, well, it's not pretty inside, let's put it that way.
It sounds a little bit unfortunate for anyone that gets hit by the HESH shell. Still, though, we'll see what happens here between Caren Tiger and B Gaming, as at the moment Caren Tiger are making their way down, well, up that hill and down in towards the A-B line, which is a strategy we've started to see employed in the last couple of weeks, and it definitely makes sense when you've got a big tank destroyer like that FE4005 on Mordame. Although this time they'll be going up against a tank destroyer similar on the defensive side, so that puts a bit of a spanner in the works.
Yeah, look, this is a good location to push for Caren Tiger. B Gaming don't have anyone in that A5 area, which is the perfect spot that you can get kind of the resets on towards this 2 flag on. So without anyone in A5, Caren Tiger should be able to sit on the cap, and it is going to be not easy, let's say, for B Gaming to get the reset happening. They are going to be rotating a little bit. I think T4 is going to be looking down that B line in his FE215B183.
Well, actually, at the moment, he's just sitting back in the C line. I think what he's trying to do is just remain unspotted for the moment. So that when one of these B Gaming guys does get spotted and starts to make their way out across the cap, he can really just peek around the corner and wreak havoc. But looks like he's been spotted now. Not sure how or by whom.
Yeah, well, that's the danger, of course, with the FE4005. Has such a low camo rating that, you know, you're always going to get spotted first, no matter You know, no matter how far away you are, if you're within a tank's view range in the FE4005, then you're gone. Oh, great little reset there by the IS4 Utori.
Yeah, hasn't taken really all that much damage at all for his troubles, so we're happy about that. This is not a bad start here for B Gaming. It's already about nearly 4 minutes gone, and they've just managed to waste a little bit of time with the Caren Tiger. Let's see what Kyung Power does here. Looks like he might want to rotate around through the back and up the back of the hill. Tiltil though, is going to be sent on the scouting duties first. 90 seconds on that cap. T4 yet to get involved in the fight as well.
Yeah, T4 still not spotted in that FE215B183. Again, if he wanted to, he could actually pop in towards that 2 flag and just like load HE potentially and get some resets on towards that AMX 1390. But with that IS4 in there, going to be very hard to go through Utori. Or as another HE shell just narrowly misses Obelisk. Look at all those decals from the shells there.
Yeah.
Craters.
Utori's lining up another shot. That one also not going to be landing close enough. Still a bit of time here for B Gaming to play with. As of yet, they haven't made too many committed movements. Tiltil down in the south end of the map. Another shot going awry there from Utori. But now you can start to see B Gaming in those AMX 50Bs are starting to move up. And, well, we'll see what happens here to 7mm as he tries to cross, or Tomato JP, because that is exactly the line that the tank destroyer is holding. The FE4005, we've seen the havoc that it can wreak, but now Caren Tiger, they've only got 16 seconds left on that clock. B Gaming are going to have to start moving forward, and they're so scared of this FE4005, and there's 770 damage going into 7mm. I don't think that's out of the FE4005. Oh, now 7mm is under a lot of pressure. The bat chat of Shinozaka is going to be able to take him down, and there's not even a reset coming out there.
Oh my goodness.
From B Gaming. It's happened again. It's happened again.
What have you done? Missing the reset. I'm not sure whether they were counting on that IS4 to get the reset or just completely lost. Honestly, I'm a little bit on B Gaming side right here because I was too busy focusing on, you know, the actual fight
I
going
only
on.
saw it was like 1 second left, and I was like,
exactly.
oh, there we go. And it's too late.
There we go. So, B Gaming lose out on the first half of Himmelsdorf against Caren Tiger.
They still haven't won an defending side.
Wow.
They're 0 for 7 on defense of Himmelsdorf.
0 for 7 on the defense of Himmelsdorf. Oh my goodness. Why'd they go 2-2 then?
I don't know.
That's pretty bad.
That was pretty dumb.
Yeah. Oh well. I can see why there's 0-7 on the defense of Himmelsdorf though, to be honest, after that one. I mean, it's not really what you're looking for.
No, definitely wasn't. I mean, there's, again, not really much to say about that one. It was just a little bit of bad luck maybe from B Gaming, but also letting it go for too long. Like, we've seen them do this before. It's happened against EL Gaming. They didn't get the reset on steps that time.
Yeah, exactly. It has happened multiple times before. And like, I would be interested to see whether it was it 7mm who got blown up there that they were assigning as the emergency cap resetter, or whether they were just relying on the IS4 to get an essentially RNG-based shot on towards the AMX 1390.
Can't really rely on that, but let's have a look and see how things went down here. It does seem like it was 7mm, his job pretty much to get that reset. He's charging 40 in that 113, but I think he gets blocked here. Yeah, Yupa does a great job of blocking him off. And, well, no hope at all there.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do, really?
What are you going to do? Not too much, obviously. You're going to lose, like B Gaming did. So that's good. But again, you know, it's always risky to put all of your eggs in that one basket in that case, because something like that can happen. There was no guarantee that those AMX 50Bs wouldn't have already been blocking the road. So, you know, it's just a matter of B Gaming not quite, you know, planning out every scenario there on the Himmelsdorf defense. And obviously that's why we see them, well, going, what, 0-7, 0-8 now.
Yeah.
So,
well, not a great start onto Himmelsdorf there from B Gaming, though I did sort of expect it that they would lose the the defending side there. So yeah, maybe you could argue for B Gaming they're not going to be too bothered by that. They probably came into that knowing, oh, we're not very good on the defense of Himmelsdorf, and we'll pick up one on the attack. So well, now it's really important that they pick one up on the attack, because to be going down 4-2 here already would be pretty bad for them. I want to see the 4005 did get a shot in. Yeah, 759 damage. I'm not sure who it was on. Might have been the 113.
Might have been. Might have been there, but not too sure. Either way, those tank destroyers really did not have a huge impact in this one, unfortunately.
Well, it didn't really have time to.
Well, exactly.
Nor was the FV215B183 actually even in a position to fire a shell.
Well, yeah, that was the issue as well with the 183, right? That B Gaming, they picked that, and then they didn't really have good enough scouting up that B line to get the picks and get the spots so that the FA215B183 could actually get the shots on those AMX 50Bs as they were coming down the hill, as they were crossing that road. You know, we've seen it before. If you can get the good spots while the attackers are coming down that road, and you've got an FV215B183 or an FV4005, then you can deal a lot of damage.
Yeah,
you know,
well,
but not going to be happening.
Unfortunate result there for B Gaming. And now Caren Tiger for the first time. Well, for the second time, they won the first map. Put themselves in the lead, now 3-2.
Yep.
Although, do you think B Gaming probably can come back into the attacking side on this one?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Look,
I'd say so.
Yeah, I mean, depending again whether they do decide to go for some more interesting picks, but they don't look super comfortable on Himmelsdorf in general.
No.
I think that's safe to say. Look, I said 2-0 because I thought, well, okay, fine, you know, they're going to kind of snap out of it, if you will. But really, just some smart play by Caren Tiger and B Gaming. Being one step behind really hurt them that last time. You know, if they just... Honestly, 10 seconds was all they needed, and they probably would have stood a pretty good chance in the brawl.
Yeah, well, 10 seconds is not what they had. Potentially could have pushed in 10 seconds earlier, but... not to be. Anyway, heading on to the second half here. And Caren Tiger once again going to be running with the 4005. B Gaming this time just going for the standard heavy brawly setup. Although they do have a bat chat.
Yep. Okay, nothing too crazy there on either side. But it is good to see that FV4005 picked there by Caren Tiger. I like that one. Of course, for those that don't know the difference between the 4005 and the 183, the FV4005 essentially has slightly better gun handling on it, but sacrifices, well, essentially a lot of other things, like the turret is, you know, paper, gets spotted instantly, less armor all round.
Wow, look at this B Gaming. Really want to get in here quickly, and they have been spotted out, yeah. The ammo storage gets hit there by Utori, and he does get tracked. But it's not too bad for him in the end. He didn't lose all that much HP on the cross, and B Gaming are in a great spot here to get quickly onto that 2-cap and start putting a lot of pressure onto Caren Tiger.
Yeah, absolutely. Fast start here from B Gaming. Barely a minute in, and Tiltil Matil is already into that 2-cap. And Murame is going to be trying to get some potential resets there, but waiting for the rest of his team. As we do actually see one member of B Gaming is pushing up the hill, maybe to provide a little bit of support to come down the B line. But I think Caren Tiger, once they've got Polly there, they should be able to commit towards this push.
Let's have a look, see what's going to happen here. 90 seconds left on the clock, so plenty of time for Caren Tiger to work with. But again, they don't want to let it get too far down, because obviously we see what happens in the case of B Gaming on their attacking side. All these tanks here spotted by Caren Tiger. The FV4005 watching that line, so it is going to be hard for the B Gaming guys to just fire down that angle in particular. I mean, Tacky, he definitely can't afford to be pushing or even peeking that angle, considering the 4005 could one-shot him. Now 60 seconds left on the clock, and Caren Tiger need to start moving.
They do right now. We've got B Gaming. Kian Power, I'm not really liking his position up on that hill. He's not going to be able to do much until he comes down in the AMX 50B. I think he's gunning for some kind of shots down on towards that road area, but I'm not too sure whether Caren Tiger are going to be wandering into there. And now that Tiltil Matil's off the cap, there's actually a lot less pressure on towards Caren Tiger. So, good move from B Gaming to send Tiltil Matil right back on towards there. In the meantime, I think T4 and Accio V there, yeah, having a little bit of a tiff in that D line.
Not really much of interest though, because neither of them have taken all that much damage. They have been spotted out, but really, Accio V is not going to have much of an impact on this at the moment in the position that he is. And, as you mentioned, Tiltil Matil is back on that cap here, and As of yet, haven't seen Kian Power make any moves towards getting off that hill. But certainly a powerful position if he can hold that B or A line. Though admittedly, going up against a 4005 is never going to be an exciting prospect.
Yeah, no doubt about it. As right now, Till. 75 seconds left on the cap. Caren Tiger, they're looking for a way to push in towards B Gaming right here. It's looking like they might be coming around the bottom of that 5-line street. And they could actually try and surprise T4. This is dangerous for T4 right now. If all of those AMX 50Bs come around the corner, Accio V, oh, he's baiting him.
Yeah, he is, but is this going to work out for Caren Tiger at all? The T4 in the 113, he's going to avoid a shot there, and now it's T4 the one that is putting the bait on, and a great play coming out there from B Gaming just to bait all these AMX 50Bs right into the firing line of B Gaming, and there you go. That's how it is going to happen. Caren Tiger just getting absolutely demolished here. 7mm in the 113, T4 in the 113 as well, just peeking across and taking the shots when they need to. This is looking great for B Gaming. Yeah,
Perfect counter bait there from B Gaming, and well, they are going to be very happy with that. Already taking down 3 members of Caren Tiger. That AMX 50B Yupa should be going down pretty soon. And Murame is going to be able to get a big kill on towards Utori. But on that reload now, and Yupa should be going down pretty soon as well.
Yeah, I mean, he gets another clip or almost an entire clip off there. But really, what does it matter in the end there when B Gaming have such a HP pool to play with here? The FV4005's got no chance against Kian Power, who is going to continue his march forward, see if he can find Opalisk. In the end, though, there's only one way this one turns out, Alex.
Only one way? It's looking like it. It's Caren Tiger right there. Should be going down very, very shortly. There we go. Opalisk finally falls. And, well, B Gaming even it up. 1 apiece there on Himmelsdorf.
They also even it up in the grand scheme of things. 3-3 between the two teams here. Obviously, pretty close match.
Very close match so far. And look, I think that last one there on Himmelsdorf, look, it was a little bit tense at the beginning when we saw the initial push right down the banana. I was wondering whether B Gaming was going to actually push all of their tanks on towards the flag and really go for cap pressure, you know, or rather push like 2 AMX 50Bs onto it, something like that, so that they'd have a total of 3 tanks on the flag. But they didn't in the end. Caren Tiger had all the time in the world, really, to deal with that. And I think in that situation, it may have been better for Caren Tiger maybe to try a different sort of a flanking approach or something like that. Obviously, they spotted T4 out early on and they tried to go for T4 in that street, but that's where it all came undone for them.
Yeah, it was a really good bait play coming out there from B Gaming, and well, Caren Tiger thought they were the ones that might be doing the baiting, but in the end, it was B Gaming that were able to do really the majority of the work in that matchup there, because obviously catching all those Caren Tiger tanks off guard, lots of free shots into them. Let's have a look at the replays.
Okay, so here we go. T4 in that 113. Just going to be, like, it looks like he's caught out here, right? It looks like he's caught out by Accio V. It's like, oh no. Accio V even tried to get the shot on towards his tracks, and I'm not too sure whether Accio V was too caught up in that or tunnel visioned, what have you, but he went out in towards that street.
And we were questioning there as well, what was Kian Power doing up on that hill?
There you go.
There you go. You can see him firing down from there, and he got free shots across to all of them. It was great stuff from B Gaming. The entire setup that they had was just for that play.
Perfect little bait there from B Gaming, and well, obviously pretty strong there on the attack on Himmelsdorf. I think that's where they get their, what is it, 100%
win rate
on Himmelsdorf. Yeah. I love how they have a 100%
and a 0%.
Yeah. Then a 40% overall win rate, because they played it 6 times on the defense. Yeah. There we go. So overall, B Gaming with a nice strat there on Himmels, and wiping out Caren Tiger. Be interested to see how much the B Gaming AMXs did.
Yeah, Kian Power from up on the hill, 2,348 even. T4 though in the 113. He was the one that did the bait, and he was the one that did the damage as well.
Yeah, that's amazing that T4 actually did the bait and still managed to get 3,000 damage off. Very, very impressive number there. And Mudame in that FE 4005, 2.6 thousand damage, managed to get one excellent shot off on towards Utori, and I think that's why we're going to be seeing Utori near towards the bottom of the scoreboard here. Yep, down there in 10th position in that 113. Didn't really get much of a chance to do much there, but Shinozaka just got absolutely exploded in that AMX 50B, 0 damage as well.
Yeah, not a pretty sight there for the Caren Tiger, but I mean, in reality, they're still at 3-3, so definitely doable for both these sides here. And well, heading on to Ghost Town as our 4th map. It's a map that both teams are reasonably comfortable on. It seems like B Gaming maybe just a little bit better statistically speaking, but again, it could be a close matchup here.
It could be. Ghost Town, I think, I mean, obviously it's more similar in terms of play style to Himmelsdorf, like we just saw. You know, lots of brawls, lots of kind of close range battles like that, but there is still room to maneuver. There is still those flanking options around the side, around the bottom of the map that you can go for either on the defense or the attack. Obviously, Ghost Town as well. It is a very symmetrical map for those that might not have played it too much out there in random battles. So both the attack and the defense, quite similar in terms of positional play.
All right, well, let's get underway with things here on Ghost Town. Our tank picks are ready and find out if we're going to be seeing anything interesting. T57 heavies, you like that?
I'm a fan of the T57 heavies. I love this on both sides, and I love the E100 there. That B Gaming are going to be picking. So apart from that, fairly standard stuff. Caren Tiger going with those 3 Tier 10 French auto loaders, the AMX 50Bs. Of course, those ones can put out a lot of damage in a very short space of time. And a fun fact for you, Jordan. The AMX 50B, to date in the season, actually has a 59% win rate after 236 battles. So, pretty impressive stat.
That is a very good stat. Anyway, we are now heading on to Ghost Town. Let's have a look at the stats. B Gaming, pretty good on the defense. 5 wins, 1 loss. Caren Tiger are pretty even across it. Maybe slightly favors the defense as well for them. So, potentially could see a 1-1. Both teams picking up their defense here.
Potentially. I wouldn't rule that out. I think that's very much in the realms of possibility right here. As right now, we are going to be seeing Caren Tiger pushing right up towards that 1 flag. Opalisk might be looking to get himself on towards it in that T54 lightweight, very speedy Soviet Tier 8 light tank, of course. T54. But we are going to be seeing the rest of Caren Tiger just sit themselves in the city. B Gaming, we've got Til Matil up the top there, going for resets. He's in a nice spot in that 113, just behind a little ridge. Utori in that Batchat AP is looking for the flank. I'm loving that. B Gaming, the rest of them though, are just in the city now. We've got Taki T4 and Tomato JP. They're going to be pushing on towards the main bulk of Caren Tiger soon.
Yeah, they are. 7mm in that E100. He's sort of kind of a little bit on his own, so needs to be careful with his position there. But we are going to see resets coming out from B Gaming here. They're not too bothered by Caren Tiger on that 1 cap just yet, but now we are going to start to see those T57 heavies make their way forward. 7mm in the E100 is trying to do some blocking, I suppose, for Kyung Power. But there, look at Utori. He's been taken absolutely down. And now we can see a 1-for-1 trade at the moment. It does seem like B Gaming have a little bit of a HP advantage, but how much of a HP advantage did they start off with, given the fact that they had an E100? Not 100% sure, but I feel like it's still hanging in the balance. 7mm will need to really punish Polly here. Oh, he's going to have to fire the shot into Mordame. Polly did get below that ridge just in time.
Yep, there we go. Good shot from 7mm. And unfortunately for him, though, that T57 heavy Mudame is just reloaded. And we've also got Shinozaka and Yupa in those AMX 50Bs coming from the side. That is a lot of damage.
The E100, 7mm, he bounced his shot or missed his shot. That was crucial onto Polly. And now he's going to be absolutely punished while on the reload. Til Matil in the end does get the kill over in the end, but it's a 4 versus 4. And Mordame in that T57 heavy. He should be going down here, but I think B Gaming might have given up a little bit of extra HP than what they would have wanted. Tomato JP should be able to pick up Shinozaki here as well. Now only 2 tanks left remaining for Caren Tiger. B Gaming looking good on their defense.
Yeah, very solid defense here coming out of B Gaming. those T57 heavies really well, doing work for both teams. I suppose Upa in that AMX 50B, he's going to get punished, and then it's just a matter of finishing off the Tier 8. But actually, we've got everyone on the reload. Kyung Power in the FE215B. His tank is barely rolling at the moment. Look at that. He's got his ammo rack damage, fuel line damage, sights damage, commander's dead. Whew.
Alrighty. Well, once again, B Gaming going to bounce back and put themselves in the lead. 4-3 now. And for the moment, we've seen a 1-1 every map so far, so maybe be seeing a 4-4 here between B Gaming and Caren Tiger. But B Gaming do have the opportunity to close it out in regulation time.
If we get to a 4-4. Well, sorry, yeah, close it out in normal time. Exactly.
Normal time, yeah.
So I think, well, B Gaming, they just put up a pretty solid defense there. Let's take a look at how it happened.
Yeah, I thought the E100 here of 7mm was going to get a little bit of pressure onto him, but he had Kyung Power behind him, and actually I think he might have bounced 2 shells there from the T57 heavies, so that's pretty good for B Gaming. In the end there, Dekamori Sane doesn't have much life left in him.
Yeah, a bit of a, again, Murdame there in that T57 heavy. Maybe could have taken an extra shot or two for Dekamori Sane and kind of kept him alive, potentially. But unfortunately was not able to. And 7mm here in that E100. Let's take a look at whether he bounced. Yeah, I think that was actually a bounce. And
I mean, it didn't cost him in the end, but those are the kind of things which, you know, if it had gone his way, and it could have really snowballed things. In the end,
well,
though,
exactly.
B Gaming won it.
Particularly in an E100 where, you know, every shot is so crucial. But at the end of the day, Caren Tiger just getting taken out after that one. And those T57 heavies, I think, on both sides worked quite well.
Yeah, definitely. I'd be interested to see what kind of damage numbers they were putting up there, but we'll give that a bit and have a look and see.
Yeah, there we go. Look at that. T4 in his T57 heavy doing work, getting 2 full clips off with that one. 3,000 damage, which is just about how much damage the T57 can get out in a minute. So really maximizing that number. Cannot be disappointed with that. And that AP, Batchat AP there of Tomato JP dealing 2.3 thousand damage. Those tier 9 Batchats, ever since their introduction, have just proved so useful in the league. And who else? We've got the T57 heavies right after that, and 8, 9, and 11, I think. So it's good to see them being picked a little bit more. And up until now, Ghost Town has been statistically the preferred map of the T57 heavy in WGL APAC as well. Obviously, it makes a lot of sense. There's lots of kind of hold down positions to take it. You know, lots of those little hills that we saw. You know, you need a bit of gun depression to get down often. Otherwise, you can just fire at the turrets. And obviously, if you're firing at the T57 Heavy's turret, then you're doing something, well, then the T57 is doing something right, because that's exactly where, you know, you want to be shot at if you're in a T57 Heavy. We can help it.
Yeah.
See, with that nice, strong frontal turret armor, as is kind of standard with many American high-tier tanks like that. But overall, I think moving on to the next map now.
The second half.
Second half, sorry.
Yeah.
Second half now. I think, I don't know, like it's a very symmetrical map. You say it could be a 1-1.
It could be.
I feel as though B Gaming are going to be able to take this one. I know I said it on Himmelsdorf there.
I wouldn't be surprised to see them take it out 2-0. It is a very good map for B Gaming. So, you know, the only reason I went with 1-1 is because both teams tend to favour the defensive side. Yeah. And they're a little bit weaker on the attack. Yeah. So maybe we can see a 2-0.
Okay. I like this. I like this by both teams, actually. B Gaming going with 4 T57 heavies and 3 Batchats. 2 of them being tier 9 Batchats. Caren Tiger going with 4 AMX 50Bs and a T57 heavy and an E100 and an AE251. So this, I mean, this could be the battle between the two different types of auto-loading tier 10 heavies.
Well, it is.
Yeah, the T57 and the AMX 50B. I think we'll finally find out which one is better, I guess.
It does come down to who's driving it as well, I suppose, at times.
Just a bit. You know, sometimes I think I could drive for one of these players in the WGL. And then I remember how, like, you know, I can't poke corners without instantly dying.
Well, I mean, they make it look so easy, don't they?
They do.
Every shot, or majority of shots go in, and the majority of shots penetrate.
Yeah, it's like
You're not going to get that.
You see every time
random puppy.
like just about every time one of these guys shoots another tank, you see the shell go through.
Yeah.
And it's like you try this in a random game, and I mean, granted, I know where the weak spots on quite a few tanks are, but nowhere near the level of knowledge that these guys have. It is insane.
Yeah, it definitely is. And, well, Opalisk has decided to get himself up on the boost spot here. And he's going to be having a look down the eastern side of the map here. Hasn't spotted anyone out from B Gaming, so that's a bit of information their way.
Yeah,
To
great
Caren
little bit of
Tiger.
map control by Caren Tiger. Obviously, by spotting out no one, Opalisk sort of identifies where B Gaming could be. So it is still quite valuable. Although, Tacky and 7mm in those bat shots are going to be coming around pretty soon. Caren Tiger have to be mindful of them.
B Gaming have really been liking these flanking maneuvers where they've tried to send people behind, and we saw it on Mines, it didn't quite work out there, but certainly could potentially work out here. Though those guys are going to have to move quickly because the rest of the B Gaming team are taking a lot of damage. The T-57 heavies, well, at least two of them very low. Now one is gone. Tomato JP already out of this battle. And look at the HP advantage that Caren Tiger have got.
Yeah, that was not a good move there from B Gaming. They were using their T-57s to fire up at that RU-251 on the hill, and really just did not work out for them. So, well, nice punish there by Caren Tiger. And I think B Gaming going to be licking their wounds a little bit. With one T-57 heavy off the field, that's about almost 3,000 damage in a minute that they're missing. So
It's not a good start here for B Gaming at all, but I mean it's possible to bring it back here. Although having said that, they're going to have a bit of work to do. Opalisk is very low on the HP there, but Tacky now on the reload. Is he going to get punished for this? It doesn't look like it. I think he should be able to get out of here okay, or maybe not. Now he's been tracked. Oh, he's in a little bit of trouble here. And yeah, Tacky probably should have gone to the left instead of going to the right.
See
and
you,
as a result,
Tacky.
he's going to be going down. Mordame will pick up that kill. And, well, B Gaming are just being absolutely dismantled here by Caren Tiger.
Yeah, this is not looking great at all for B Gaming. And look, they've got these T-57s here, and they're actually going to drive them off the cliff a little bit. But I don't really see the point of those T-57 heavies if they're just going to go toe-to-toe level with Caren Tiger. You really do need to try and use the turret of the T-57 heavies to your advantage. You can't just fight on flat ground against an AMX 50B and expect it to come out on top every time. So instead, B Gaming will be going down. T4 just getting completely destroyed by Dekamare Sane. And, well, Caren Tiger not just coming close. They are going to be able to win this very comfortably with 5 tanks remaining.
Well, true to Caren Tiger fashion, we are once again going to be seeing a tiebreaker.
A tiebreaker. Okay, well, there we go.
This is like their 5th tiebreaker of the season.
They love tiebreakers.
No, this will be their 6th.
Caren Tiger love them.
They definitely do. They definitely do. They've got 4 tiebreaker wins so far.
I'm very glad, I'm very glad I actually changed my prediction. Right before this, I'm like, wait a minute. This is the Battle Royale.
This is the El Clasico.
This is the El Clasico of WGL APAC. Caren Tiger, B Gaming, 5-4. So, I'm right in some respects, whether it'll be B Gaming that take out the 5 or Caren Tiger. I suppose we're about to find out, but overall they're looking very, very equal on all of these maps. And whilst I'm a little bit disappointed that in that one there, the T-57 heavies didn't come out on top, I think there's clear reasons to that. Caren Tiger, they traded out level with those T-57
Yeah,
heavies.
so you think maybe B Gaming played it poorly as opposed to playing...
There were some questions to be asked.
Right.
I would have thought that with T-57s, maybe you'd head towards one flag potentially. Maybe you'd get into some hold down positions over there, or at least where we saw them in the first half. Down those little streets potentially.
Well, let us see. Let us see if the replayers will enlighten us as to that question.
Yes. So
This is pretty crucial. Tacky could have survived here if he just had have gone down that little alleyway on the left of the screen.
Yeah, a little bit disappointing there for Tacky. But at this stage, it was pretty much all over for B Gaming. And Dekamori just coming up from behind. Look, there was just nothing that T4 could do. He had tanks all around him, flanking every which way. And that's another reason I never like tube flag pushes on Ghost Town. Never like it.
All right, well, seems like the T57s didn't quite match up against the AMX 50Bs there. Let's have a look at the scoreboard, though.
Let's take a look.
T57's on the top.
Oh, yeah.
One from each team, at least.
Yeah. Morame there with 3.1 thousand damage, just about Till just about 3k, and T4 1990. So you know they put out a lot of damage. The T57 heavies, there's no doubt about it. But so do the AMX 5100s,
50Bs.
Sorry, 50Bs.
AMX 5100 is also do, I suppose.
Well, actually, the AMX 5100. It's funny you should mention that. The win rate's gone down after last week, down to 33%. But we have not seen it picked so far this week, and I think those AMX 50Bs, however, will be continued. We'll be continuing to see them on the scoreboards as we move forward, because they are, again, just such a strong, versatile, all-round tank. There's no real map that an AMX 50B can't do okay on, you know.
Alrighty, well, we're definitely going to be heading to a tiebreaker now. 4-4 between B Gaming and Caren Tiger. Tiebreaker map, Steps.
Steps. Alrighty. Okay, this is interesting. So what if B Gaming gets it?
I don't actually know who's got the faster time, but it is a good map for both these teams, and they do both have a favoured side.
Right.
Attack for B Gaming, defense for Caren Tiger.
Yeah, I was just thinking, you know, B Gaming love the attack on Steps, so that should work.
All right, well, 2 minutes 20 was the fastest time, and it was on mines. It was by Caren Tiger, and they did choose defense. So B Gaming, of course, will be getting on to their own favoured side, but consequently, Caren Tiger also on their favoured side.
Well,
so.
what a perfect way.
Exactly.
What a perfect way to end this Battle Royale matchup between these two teams. You know, they're on the tiebreaker map. They're picking their favourite sides, essentially. And it's a map that we haven't seen so far in this series as well.
Yep.
So yeah, let's see how it plays out, I guess. I think you know, in terms of the step strategies, obviously we saw B Gaming with some really aggressive stuff last week against EL Gaming on steps.
Yeah.
You know, really pushing aggressively. That was of course the
very quick
legendary match.
Yeah.
The legendary match where you just exploded afterwards.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually on our APAC highlights for this week, guys. So if you want to actually see it's almost the whole match. It's almost both of the whole matches.
Yeah.
Then we've got the APAC highlights from last week. The video's up on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/WGAsiaCG. But overall, though, I think B Gaming looking pretty good to take this one out.
Saying that, you going B Gaming?
I'm
because
going B
Caren Tiger have like a 4-to-1 win-loss ratio.
I called
tiebreakers.
I have to go B Gaming.
I know,
don't I? Because I called 5-4 B Gaming at the start. I called it. So
you also called 5-2 before.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, well, you did.
Well,
anyway,
I was just making you feel good,
Feel
know,
good.
because you picked 5-2.
I did pick 5-2.
I didn't want to embarrass you by getting it right again.
Alrighty, well, let me prattle off some stats here for you guys, because on the attacking side of Steps, B Gaming have not lost so far, playing it 5 times. On the defending side of Steps, Caren Tiger have lost once, playing it 6 times. So both very, very strong on their respective sides here. 87% win rate overall for B Gaming, so very comfortable Steps team as a whole. A little bit worse there for Caren Tiger, about 67%.
Yep.
But they have got their favoured side, and I mean, I don't think overall is going to really matter all that much, considering they're both on their favoured side. We should be seeing a cracker of a matchup coming out here on Steps.
Who are you picking?
It's a hard question.
You can flip flop. I know you picked B Gaming 5-2 at the start, but you can flip flop and say Caren Tiger here.
I think I'm just going to go Caren Tiger for the sake of argument. Like, because I think, you know, they have such a good record in the tiebreakers. And also, I just want to disagree with you.
They do, actually. Well,
so,
I like disagreeing with you, too.
Then we can have a bit of fun.
So,
see.
There we go.
Alrighty. Well, looks like it's time to get underway here on Steps. Let's go ahead and have a look at the tank lineups. Maybe this will enlighten us as to what's going to happen, but nothing too crazy coming out here.
I'm glad I went for B Gaming here, because I see Caren Tiger picking a T110E5.
Yeah.
You want to know what win rate the T110E5 has, Jordan?
I do.
You want to see a desperately low stat
Yeah,
that's
it's
going
not
to
very
make
good, is
you
it?
feel so bad that you picked Caren Tiger to win this
So bad.
one.
Yes.
35% win rate after 108 battles.
Yes. Not a very good statistic, is it?
Honestly, it'd be really great to hook up all of their tank picks with a battle guesser.
A battle guesser.
That'd be good, particularly when they're so well matched like this. I think it would actually play into it. But here we go. This is steps, of course. Wide open firing positions, and we've got one flag, the two flag just down there in the valley, the one flag up on the top, on the steps, if you will.
Yeah, so B Gaming. Oh, never mind that.
Oh,
Opalisk is going to get his boost up.
Brilliant boost, getting it up first time.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a wizard in that RU2.
Tiltil's usually the one doing that boost, but he's
Yeah.
on the attacking side this time. And in the bat chat, Utori has taken away the RU251.
Yeah, interesting that B Gaming are swapping that out a little bit with Tiltil in his bat chat now, but it's looking like he's just going to be sitting back here as a bit of a kind of defensive tank, defensive spotter for B Gaming. Obviously that bat chat, very high camo rating naturally, and when you sit it in a nice little bush like that, and it's going to be hard for the enemy team to spot until they're very, very close.
Yeah, definitely. But it does seem like we're seeing a relatively standard setup from both the teams here. Caren Tiger just spreading out across the eastern side of the map, holding that 2 flag. They've got a guy up on the boost. No surprises there. And similarly, B Gaming have set up across the western side of the map and have control of that 1 cap for the moment. Haven't put anyone on it. But you have to say, eventually we will be seeing perhaps Utori just sit himself on that 1 cap and try and draw the Caren Tiger in here.
Yeah, perhaps. As right now we are going to be seeing, well, Utori sitting on the cap and starting to get a little bit of pressure down in his RU251. Caren Tiger, though, not too phased just yet. So cap has just started. We are going to be seeing maybe a few spam shots. Oh, coming down as Akiov here has actually been spotted out in the bat chat. So it has to be a little bit careful as there is one member of Caren Tiger, sorry, one member of B Gaming, Tiltil facing him. And Tiltil, is he going to punish him? I think Tiltil should actually go for this punish here.
Yeah, it's not really. Doesn't seem like he's too bothered by this, to be honest. And Akio V is going to reload as well. Although, now we have a bit of a cap pressure coming out here from B Gaming as well.
It's looking like with 95 seconds left on the cap, Caren Tiger just going to be continuing to try and get some kind of spam shots on towards Utori right there. And actually Utori, I think he's firing. Is he firing back? He was on the reload right then. And I actually don't think it's a good idea for him to fire back, because it does actually increase your visibility when you're shooting. Obviously with the enemy seeing the muzzle flash, if you will. So when you're trying not to get spotted, that's probably not the best idea.
No.
But it's looking like he's not spamming any shots just yet, so he should be fine. And Opalisk is, I think, still on the boost.
Yeah.
Sitting
he
up
is.
there.
As of yet, Caren Tiger haven't managed to get a reset across, really. They're going to have to start grouping up here and start trying to push in. Well, if Akio V can keep Tiltil stuck down in the bottom, maybe T4 as well, this could be potentially a pretty good match here for Caren Tiger, but it does seem like Akio V's decided to fall back off, and now 30 seconds left on the clock here. Need to see Caren Tiger starting to make their move. We've seen so many teams leave it too late here on steps, and hopefully for Caren Tiger, they're not going to do that. Utori is going to be spotted out, and as a result, falls back off that cap. But Caren Tiger have got some very good map control now. All the way up towards the northern side of this train track is in their favor, and you can start to see them pushing the B Gaming guys back.
Yeah, Akio V's not here though, and well, it'll be really good for Caren Tiger if he can get his bat chat over there quick smart. Opalisk won't be able to contribute too much if Caren Tiger do decide to push in, but now that that cap has stopped, of course, Caren Tiger they don't have to commit towards this push just yet.
Yeah. I mean, there's 5.5 minutes here for B Gaming still to play with, but Caren Tiger have done a good job of just wasting that timer down a little bit, because you can see now B Gaming have been forced off that cap. They're going to have to reset themselves on this one cap and just try and get that map control back as well.
Yep. Yeah, and it's looking like B Gaming here are actually really wanting to push. They've all got themselves on the rail tracks apart from 7mm in that 113. Shinozakit has spotted out, I think, at least a few of them. But no, maybe not actually. Maybe just 7mm. But either way, B Gaming here, it's looking like they are going to be going for Caren Tiger, and Caren Tiger need to be careful, because if they're rotating all of those like faster tanks off and leaving the 113 and E5s at the back here, B Gaming could just push in towards them.
They definitely could, but at the moment, Caren Tiger are just content to sit for the moment. And it does seem like B Gaming are just happy to fall back behind those train tracks for now. 4.5 minutes still on the clock, plenty of time, but again, I mentioned it's going to be ticking down ever slower. And Caren Tiger have not yet taken all that much damage, so B Gaming still have yet to really achieve a whole lot. I mean, they are slightly in the lead in terms of HP pools, but really, it's still coming down to the wire here.
Yeah, it definitely is. So right now, B Gaming going to be still just putting the cap pressure back on. Again, I'm getting a little bit worried about this cap strat here from B Gaming, because they may actually run out of time if it gets reset once again. And I felt as though that earlier, you know, like about a minute ago, would have been the perfect time for B Gaming to push on towards Caren Tiger. But let's take a look at where Caren Tiger's tanks are positioned. They've got AQV down, right down the bottom there, Shinozakit, and I think one other member of B Gaming, maybe Polly, I think.
Oh, this should be an easy reset for Opalus.
Oh, yep.
He may get punished. Actually, no, he just wanted to spot. There's a couple of other guys there taking the shots for him, and yeah, it looks like he's potentially getting out of here. No, he's been tracked. Oh, Opalus, he is going to go down in the end there, but he did get that reset there for his team, and now there's only 3 minutes or so left here for B Gaming. So, again, the pressure is still here on B Gaming.
And it's definitely a lot of pressure right here for them. As with only 3 minutes left, they have taken one tank down, and I just wonder whether Caren Tiger's positioning is sort of more designed so that they can run away. I'm not sure, because they've got Shinozakit, Akiavi, and Polly all the way down there.
Well, okay, now we have a game on our hands, because B Gaming have put a couple more players onto that cap here, and now Caren Tiger really have to make their way in and try and get that reset. There's only 20 seconds left here, Alex, and this is not looking too good for Caren Tiger. They're a little bit caught out of position. They're going to have to move quickly, and are they even going to get there in time? And even if they do get there in time to get the reset, are they going to be punished super hard for it? Tomato JP gets reset, but really it's not a big reset. The pressure's still on the hands of the Caren Tigers at the moment. 10 seconds left to go here before that cap is going to be going away in the favor of B Gaming. It's almost down to 5 seconds now, and you can see Caren Tiger just scrambling for a reset at the moment. They're trying to do the damage across, and it's not there. Well, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Finally.
There it is.
But look at how much HP they've lost.
Yeah, exactly. The cost of getting that reset was way too high for Caren Tiger right there. And look, we saw them like try some sort of a flank, but they do actually get 2 in return in saying that. And with only 2 minutes left on the clock, then the name of the game here for Caren Tiger is trying to essentially run away. And oh, Mutame in the bat chat, playing it very, very lucky right there.
Going Count Power doesn't manage to land one there onto Shinozakit either. There's only 30 seconds left on this cap now. I think it's really down to Polly. If he can get in there and reset 1 or 2 of those tanks, yeah, he's maybe 1 or 2 shots he can survive. Well, he can survive 1, not 2, depending on who shoots him. Shinozakit under a little bit of fire here, but he's going to come off the reload, and Count Power is going to be really punished for staying this far forward, but it all comes down to Polly. If he can get the reset, this can potentially be a win here for Caren Tiger. They have picked up that kill onto Shinozakit. Taki is watching the angle. 3 seconds left on the clock, and they are spotted. You're right, but Polly, he hasn't got the shot off.
The reset!
Oh, he has!
The reset!
I think Murame or Shinozakit, someone got another reset off there for Caren Tiger as well. It was Shinozakit in the end, and now things start to get a little bit interesting, because we have Mordame and Shinozakit very low on HP. There might just be enough time for B Gaming to cap if they put all 3 on the cap as well. The reload's coming across here for Shinozakit.
44 seconds. If they can't go for this, they have to go for the cap. They have to get themselves on the cap and maybe hope that there's just enough time. 57 seconds. How much is it with 3 tanks on it?
Oh, they won't! They can't.
They what? Oh no, that's heartbreaking. That is heartbreaking for B Gaming. And look, they've sent. Oh no, they've sent their tanks off the cap right now. But with 18 seconds left, it's just too late for them to do it. And Caren Tiger are going to take this one out.
Easy. Easy peasy for Caren Tiger. Wasn't
Oh.
worried. Wasn't worried at all.
How did they do? What a way to end.
What a finish.
A way to end that one. Absolutely amazing. I tell you what. Like, Caren Tiger right there, I've got to be so happy with themselves. Taking out their rivals in the league.
Polly and Shinozaki
Oh.
coming up
like,
with the plays.
And you could just see, you know, the timer, it was down to like 30 seconds and then 31 seconds.
Yeah.
As the base cap timer. Like, you could not script a closer end than that,
No.
honestly.
You could not.
So,
That was insane. I actually had already written down B Gaming on my little sheet that they had won. And then Caren Tiger pull it out of the hat and they pick up the victory. So excellent stuff there from Caren Tiger. Let's have a look at the replay and, well, we'll see how that all went down.
Yes, let's. So here we go. Starting off.
Gee, that
we
feels like
s-
a long time
Yeah,
ago
oh
that we
my
were seeing that.
doesn't it? Opalus getting all the way up there in that RU251. It was a great boost as well, of course. But Kyung Power here as well. By this stage, of course, Caren Tiger. Like, you look at the tanks here, and it's like how did, you know, how did Caren Tiger come back from having 3 tanks to 5 and et cetera, et cetera? 5 seconds left.
Oh,
4,
wow. Hang on, let me have a look.
3,
How close did
2,
it get?
1. It just it had ticked on to 0.
Yeah.
It was, you know, less than a second left before they got the cap.
It's all down to that timing.
Oh, it is all down to that timing.
Oh, well, it was a very, very interesting match coming out there. Good performance from Caren Tiger to pick up the victory there. Let's have a look and see who did the damage. And really, for me, it comes down to Shinozaki and Polly getting that reset for Caren Tiger.
Yeah.
I know they're up the top there as well, but they were really great plays from those two.
And, well, Kyung Power in his Object 140, he's not going to go home unhappy either because he did manage to deal 3.8 thousand damage in that one after 25 shots at Object 140. Tier 10 Soviet medium tank that just spews out damage. Yeah,
Well,
nice
Caren
finish.
Tiger, the kings of the tiebreaker.
Caren Tiger, I think that is honestly a fitting title.
What are they now? 6-1 or 5-1? Something like that. I'm pretty sure it's 5-1.
Yeah,
5-1 in tiebreakers.
5
And the only one they've lost to, I'm pretty sure, is Meltdown. So that's obviously the
they
second
play
place
the long
team in the
game,
league.
Caren Tiger.
They
There's no
do.
doubt about it.
They do. It's been a good performance from them coming out there. I mean, I'm not surprised to see them picking up that tiebreaker victory. In all honesty, they're just so good in those tiebreakers for some reason. It's just something. Maybe they thrive under pressure.
Well, maybe they do. Maybe they do thrive under pressure, I don't know. Well, they've thrived under that pressure, that's for sure, Jordan.
Yeah, they definitely have. But that is going to be that for that matchup there. B Gaming and Caren Tiger goes the way of Caren Tiger with a 5-4 victory. We have one more match coming up today. Stay tuned. It will be EL Gaming and Horseman up very soon.